Hello, ladies and jelly spoons, and welcome to 24K Reviews, movies, TV shows, and video games. Welcome to the Game Dojo. It's your boy, Rain, the Game Ninja. My viewpoint is never paid for, and it's always given to you straight 100. If it sucks, we gonna tell you. If it's not good, we gonna tell you. If it's great, we're gonna tell you. If it's an underscore radar that nobody knows about, we gonna tell you. If it's a hidden gem that you must see, we gonna tell you. There are nothing in here but our exact views from gamers, for gamers, from cinephiles to cinephiles, from musicians to listeners. Still working on that. Anyway, I'm here to tell you about a review for a movie you probably didn't even know existed, but is an amazing movie. Shocked the hell out of me. Had no idea what I was in for, and I love roller coasters. I love when a movie hits you one way and then it literally just yanks your feet out and you're like, whoa, we're going downhill. This just got good. I'm talking about Apple TV's none other than The Gorge. Miles Teller, Anya Taylor-Joy. Premise is simple. The obstacles, insurmountable. What we got was not what I signed up for. Okay, so I heard about Apple TV's The Gorge through word of mouth. There's no huge publicity for this, and there really should be. There really should be. But that should have been my key indicator that maybe it was a good movie. Because great movies, they never talk about, they never publicize, they never push to the forefront. It's always those horrible movies where love was here all the time and you never knew, and the two people go through drama in their life. Ding ding ding. Sandra Bullock. Ding ding ding. Ryan Reynolds. But this is not one of those movies. I thought I was going to be in for a love story between Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy, which, let me just give you the basic premise. There is a gorge, I know, and the movie's named The Gorge. Gotta give you credit for that one. The movie's about a gorge, it's named The Gorge. Spot on. There is no fat on that whatsoever. You can't trim nothing off of that. Great going, and I'm not being sarcastic, 100%. It's about a gorge, the name is The Gorge. I'm so sick of movies being called one name and you're watching it, you're like, that didn't even appear in the movie. Not The Gorge. So the premise is simple. There's a gorge. There is a eastern side and a western side where there are towers. These towers have to be guarded by people with guns. They have to be chosen, specifically ran through, and they will be taken care of. They have to farm their own food. They have to take care of their own stuff. But this place has its own electricity, its own water supply. Basically, you're living here for a year. Now, the premise is when you go in, you relieve the person that's been there for a year, and then they go. And then somebody comes and relieves you. I know, you're like, because they're both like snipers. They're both like contract killer snipers. And you're just like, okay, this is like weird. So are they going to like take a shot at each other? But they show you from the trailer, you know, there's some kind of love story between them. So you're like, okay, so they're going to fall in love. They're supposed to be taking things out. And for the first little bit of the movie, that's where they go. And you're like, I knew it. It's going to be a romance movie. The Gorge, The Notebook, they're all the same. And that's where they take a detour. Because they communicate back and forth, which one of the rules is you're never supposed to communicate with your counterpart. But from the instant that he's relieved, I'm like, something's going on with this gorge. Like, what is it? Is it like, what's going on down there? Something is hinky. And as Miles Teller relieves his counterpart, the guy goes off. He calls the helicopter. They come and hook him and fly him out. And I'm like, wow, why didn't you just land? There was clearly enough space for it to land. Now, here's the thing. My gamer brain, my cinephile brain, sometimes automatically catches on to shiznittle and just susses it out. I can't help it. It is what it is. So when they hook my man and fly him off over the mountains, I'm like, he's over the gorge and he's over this ginormous open space. and they're cranking him up. Why couldn't they land and he get on the helicopter? They're gonna unalive him. He knows too much. Whatever is in the gorge, he knows. And lo and behold, it actually happens. As they fly off, they ask him his name, they check to make sure it is who he's supposed to be, and then they shoot him and cut him his rope, and he's gone. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty dark. So now Miles Teller at the end of the year is going to have to go through this, but he's Miles Teller. He's the star of the movie, and he can't do. They can't take him out, can they? I mean, movies have done it before. Executive decision. Steven Seagal. You're like, this is a great Steven Seagal movie. Did he just die? Did Steven Seagal just die? Yes, he did. And I'm okay with that now. Now knowing what I know about him, I'm okay with that. 100%. Anyway, back to The Gorge. And by the way, this is a spoiler review. If you don't want spoilers, turn away in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so he meets Anya Taylor-Joy from across the way, and she's like, it's my birthday, how you doing, blah, 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 and he was just like, yeah, whatever, like, I ain't into you, I ain't supposed to talk to you, I'm gonna follow these rules. So she fires a shot across, and he's like, what the, did you just shoot at me? And he fires back at her, and love ensues. Because how could two snipers ever love each other if they didn't fire bullets at each other to prove their great skills? It's love and magic for the ages. And I would be okay if it was just that. I mean, because I've watched love stories like that before, and I don't have a problem with it. But that's where the love story ends, because they begin to talk to each other, they go through their day-to-day routines, and then something weird happens. While he is communicating with her, she leans forward and looks down at the bottom of his gorge, and there is something climbing up. And I'm glad some movies hold back to what's going on and what is in the darkness or the fog in this movie. And I got very fog vibes. I got the fog vibes a bunch of times in this movie. But as she sees it, she starts shooting at it and tells him, and he starts firing down below at his stuff, which he can barely see. And then you start to get, they're dependent off each other. She can fire and see what's coming on his side, and his responsibility is to fire and see what's coming on her side as well. I don't know if that was the intention, but that's the best viewpoint, because why would they have you look down at your side and you can't see shit? Anyway, they start firing, and when I mean firing, they unload on these creature things that at first seemed like zombies. Have you ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean? You know, the dude with the squid on his face. What is his name? Dave? Is that Davy Jones? No, it's not Davy Jones. What's the dude with the squid on his face? Davy Jones, right?
It's Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean, Deadman's Chest.
Yeah. The Davy Jones henchmen with like all the stuff on them and cordyceps and sponges and fungi. That's what these things look like. They look like zombie fungi. If I didn't tell you was watching season 2 of The Last of Us, you would probably think it's a scene from The Last of Us, because that's exactly what it's like. They look like infected from The Last of Us. They look like actual infected from The Last of Us. So if you didn't know you wasn't watching The Last of Us and you just walked into the room, you'd be like, "Oh, is this the season 2 of The Last of Us?" No, this is The Gorge. Like I said, comes out of nowhere. Now I'm interested, because I went from laying back to watching a love story to now I'm like, what the hell? That just went from 0 to 100. And she gets hurt, and I'm like, I have so many questions. What the hell is under the fog? What were those things that look like zombie creatures from The Last of Us, cordyceps, infected people? And I'm like, I have questions. Clearly this isn't the movie I signed on for. What is going on? So they go for a little while without an incident, and he decides, I want to go over and see her. So he creates a zip line, slides over to see her, because, you know, it's Anya Taylor-Joy. Who wouldn't? You know, I guess. So they have their little date night and their little moment, and they drink champagne, and he takes a shower and she hides his clothes. And it's a little love story, love ensues. And they want you to forget about what just happened a few minutes ago in the gorge. But I ain't forgetting. Because now I'm like, well, who's watching your side, bruh? Them things could be climbing up in a I guess we're dead. We're dead on this side if they get out of the gorge. Which is weird because the gorge is a ginormous thing. So I'm like, why is this flanking point right here the only point where there's towers? There must be other towers going up and down this gorge, even though we're not told this. There has to be other choke points because this can't be the only point where they climb up. Because what if they walk 10 miles down the road and climb up the gorge? You ain't going to see them. Then they're out, right? If the whole thing is containment, this kind of hinges on a plot loop, a plot hole, because what they just come up at this one point? This is the only point they come up? I don't think so. That's not how creatures would react. But I'm not going to take away for it because that was my brain thinking things out and sussing things out like, hey, wait a minute. Why it gotta be this point? Like, why can't they go down? But that's neither here nor there. So while he's getting on Anya Taylor-Joy, he decides they've spent enough time together. I got to go back to my side of the island. And he goes to zip line back, which is where they come up coincidentally at the same time. And he's in a firefight for his life while she's in a firefight for her life again. And then like a little drone pops up out of the fog and looks at him. And I'm like, so these creatures have technology where they can make drones? Something else is going on here. Guess what? Turns out the drone wasn't even theirs. It was from the people who sent him there. Pardon me. Sorry about that. It's a little bit early in the morning. I ain't had my coffee yet. I definitely need some coffee. Anyway, Sigourney Weaver, who I did not know was in here. She looks fabulous, by the way. Sigourney, killing the game. I don't know if you watch my little channel here, but I love you. If you ever want to stop by, if you ever want to leave a comment, if you ever want to reach out to a brother, the Game Ninja, you can. I was with you from way back in the day. I rock with you day one. I still rock with you now.
We've been rocking with you since the alien period.
That's right. That one-handed back shot that you made, that was real. Not too many people can put their hands over Ron Perlman's shoulder and toss a ball back for it, by the way. I'm going to say that was a whole different level of sexiness. I didn't know you was that tall. Like you a Don Brizzle giraffe. I did not know that. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. She's in this movie, and she's a bad guy, and I'm tired of seeing Sigourney as a bad guy. I mean, I would much prefer her in the roles that I see her as a good guy, but she's a bad guy. So she realizes, she asks him about the incursion and what happened, and he lies to her, and of course, she's filming it, so she know he lies. So she sends out a hit squad to take him out, because he found out, he effed around and found out, and now he knows. He literally effed around and found out because he flew over to Anya Taylor-Joy and they effed around and both found. Anyway, I'm going too far. Now they have to fight both the people that sent them there. Well, her side didn't send anybody to kill her. I don't know why his side did. Anyway, now they have to fight them and the creatures at the same time. And during the ensuing battle, he falls down the hole in the gorge. And I was going to be a little bit let down if we didn't see what was at the bottom of the gorge in a movie called The Gorge. Boy George. Bars. You know that was hot. Anyway, she sees him fall, and I guess Miles Teller's sexism was so great that she jumps down the gorge. Don't even think about it. No second thought. No twice. No, let me think about what happens. I need to protect up here. She free dove like Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible into the fog. That's love. That's love. Because let me tell you something. I love a lot of people. I don't know if I'm going Ethan Hunt over a gorge when I don't know what's down there. It could be a whole bag full of thumbtacks. It could be a rusty nail sticking up. It could be nothing but just spikes. It could be them creatures down there with the things that come out of their mouth, you know what I'm saying, and attach to you and impregnate you and bust out. It could be a lot of stuff down in that gorge covered by the fog. Actually, if you've seen the fog, you know there's some dangerous shit in the fog. So she Ethan Hunts right into the fog. No thought. No thought. And now they're at the bottom of the gorge. She loses her rappel rope and her anchors and stuff because she crashes into the water. Now it's funny, she crashed into the water. He landed on some hard trees. So he should be feeling some pain. But that's neither here nor there. They find each other, and I'm like, okay, now we got ourselves a movie. This has gotten a hell of a lot better. Like this is not what I thought it was going to be. And these creatures who have their own existence, their own way of life, their own evolution down there, I'm like, I need a backstory of how this happened. I need a prequel. There's not too many movies I would want a prequel for. I need a prequel. And they fight off all these kind of creatures, the big spiders. Let me tell you something. Centipedes, big spiders. First of all, he's laying on this thing, on this tree that has teeth that it's an ick factor that I was like, oh no. I watched The Strain and I watched like Falling Skies. I don't like wormy things going into skin. I don't like, there's just something about parasites that I'm like, oh. And I shouldn't do that as a grown man that's like 6'5". I shouldn't go, oh, but I did. And they fight these gigantic spiders, and there's all this stuff down there, and I'm just like, this I did not see this coming. Why didn't I hear about this? Why didn't they speak about this? Why wasn't this pushed in a trailer? Like, why aren't they talking about this on other platforms? And this is Apple TV. So I'm like, Apple TV has a track record of busting out some banging series that you did not know existed. This movie needed to come out in theaters. Like, it literally did. This would kill a lot of movies in theaters. So they end up going into this place where you find like a bunch of stuff from like a long time ago, but it's like American stuff and scientist stuff in an actual lab. And then you realize we caused this. So we're keeping a lid on our secret because we caused this. And I guess the other country, because I think she's from France, they never say what base of operation she's from.
I think with the accent that she has, I think she may be from Russia.
No, but I'm saying, like, she said she lives in France and her home is like in Europe. So I don't know. We know his base of operations, but we don't know her base of operations, which I kind of like that because there's a lot of times in here where she's a strong female protagonist and heroine, and Miles Teller is just a little bit useless for a dude, which that tends to be the structure in a lot of movies now. The dudes are, you know what I'm saying, under the women. But they thought about that because there's a bunch of times she's in trouble and he saves her. So the saving of each other is mutual, and I like that, even though she's a badass. I've seen Anya Taylor-Joy in a lot of things. Never saw her as a superhero fighting off an alien zombie menace, which, bravo, by the way. As it goes forward, we realize what happened, and it's not good. They make their way back up to the top, and yes, Sigourney Weaver and her men are still trying to X him out, and I guess take her out too because she knows too much. And they ended up fighting them off, setting off these huge, ginormous bombs and blowing up the gorge. I had questions because I'm like, is this the only gorge on Earth that this happened to? Does it extend any further? Did any of the creatures ever make it out when he was banging Anya Taylor-Joy's boots on the other side of the cliff? We don't know. They don't give us that. But in the explosion and everything that happens, she manages to make it out, and his future is uncertain. He left her a note to meet me here at this day at this time, and if we both survive, you know, we'll run away together, which is a gorgeous love story moment. And she waits for him, and he never shows. And I'm like, damn, they killed him off. They killed him off. And she waits even longer than she's supposed to, and he never shows. So she goes back to her life, and I'm like, I kind of wish the movie ended on a better note than that, and it kind of brought my intensity down, because I was like, why does a dude always gotta die? Like, why can't they just live together forever and have love? And like, I didn't want a love story, but by the end of this, I'm rooting for the love story. And as she's in the cafe working, somebody walks by, and in the distance you see a man sitting at a cafe table, and it's Miles Teller. And she walks over to him and says, "You were late." And he said he had trouble. And I'm like, that's an awesome cliche moment. Like, I loved it. And they go outside to talk and they kiss. And I'm like, this is what I mean when I say certain movies are done to death. There is room for a sequel. There is room for a prequel. But in case there never is, they ended the story right. Perfect. It had an end. You see what I'm saying? Like every movie, every TV show, everything nowadays thinks it deserves a sequel. It thinks it deserves more. And it doesn't have to be. Tell your story, right, concentrate on your story, and that's all you need to do. The rest will come to you. And I would love to see another rendition or venture into this world. They blew up the Gorge, and I guess that's the end of it, but I don't know if it's the end. They could do a prequel and show how we got here, but I like the story as it stands. I like the beginning, the middle, and the end. And this is a story that went under the radar for so many people. If you've never heard of the Gorge, now you have. If you don't know about the Gorge, if you don't know, now you know, because I told you. The Gorge, solid platinum movie. I didn't think it was possible. Apple TV Plus, The Gorge. Probably the best new movie you never seen. I recommend it. Download it. Buy it on Blu-ray as long as Blu-ray exists, because I know DVDs and Blu-ray are going out of existence like the dinosaurs, even though they're bringing back dinosaurs and dire wolves. See, now that doesn't make sense to me. You have a preservation cause to bring back dinosaurs, dire wolves, and shit from 65 million years ago, yet DVDs you want to get rid of. We just got records back. So let me get this straight. There's an industry for vinyl records when most people don't have record players. Yet you want to get rid of the DVD and the Blu-ray. Why? Anyway, if you can find this and watch this, watch the shit out of it. Tell a friend. Tell a partner. Reach out to your brother. Pick up the phone. Yo, I got this banging movie you ain't never seen. I guarantee you it's a good time. Sit back, relax with your favorite bag of snacks, and grab some popcorn. Because this movie ain't what you think it is, bro. And when it goes off 0 to 100, you gonna love it. By the way, you'll thank me later. It's called The Gorge. Apple TV Plus. Check it out. Yeah, that's an old-ass phone. I still have one of them. You can actually hook a cell phone up to it, so don't feel bad. I mean, it's... Well, most cell phones. Not every cell phone has an aux jack. But if you have an aux jack, you can get them Jones. You know, look at Alibaba Express, you know what I'm saying, Mercari, Wish, if it still exists, Temu. You could buy that phone, hook it up to your cell phone, and make it look like you're talking on a real old phone. See, this was how we talked back in the day. Call me. This, you can't do that with a cell phone. It just look weird. Call me. See, it seemed weird. This, like even this, roll your windows down, that's something that we do from back in the day. It's something old timers do. But this is also, people don't know what the hell this is. This is ASL. This is sign language now. You know what I'm saying? Bathroom. That's actually a real sign. Bathroom. See? Y'all ain't know that. Your brother, you see, y'all ain't even know. Your brother is educated. I'm out there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just games and movies and television and TV shows. Your brother got some learnedness in him. See, y'all ain't even know that. But now you know. Anyway, The Gorge. Platinum movie. Great movie. Love the cast. And I love the fact that it's a little bit claustrophobic because it's this one place, one scene, one event, and they knock it out of the park. Miles Teller, who I can't stand because he's an a-hole in a lot of movies, but I loved him in this. Anya Taylor-Joy, I didn't think she could pull off a role like this, but she surprised the living hell out of me. I want to see more from her. I want to see these two in a zombie movie. I want to see a part 2. I want to see a prequel. Hell, I want to find out if they had kids and saved the world because these things crawled out of the hole because you blew a hole in the earth and now they free. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, the way they made this movie makes you wanting more. And that is one of the biggest things in old acting tropes. Always leave them wanting more. Anyways, it's your boy from the Game Dojo, 24K movies, TV shows, reviews, bringing you a movie, probably one of the greatest movies you've never seen in 2025. Go check it out. Guarantee you won't be let down. And it's funny because it seems like how the movie starts, how it takes off to the middle, and how it ends, It's a love story, but it's unlike a love story you've never seen in your entire life. I can't even think of another movie that this would come close to. Like, I can't think of Walking Dead. I can't think of zombie movies. It's just intricate. Like, and I love that. It's an imagination. It's something people don't have nowadays. And I love it. So, The Gorge. Have you seen it? Will you see it? I guarantee you need to see it at least once. Give it some love. Let them know these are the projects we need to dump more of. If you guys want to see better and you want to have better movies and better medium, let them know with your dollars when you have these great projects. The Tomorrow War is another phenomenal movie. Looking forward to part 2. But these movies that you don't hear about, I don't know why they don't push them. They pushed Minecraft all over the friggin' world. I'm not interested in a Minecraft movie. This movie was 1,000 times better than that. And don't come for me in the comments. I'm sorry. I played Minecraft story mode. I don't get it. It's like Fortnite. There's just certain games that I can't game with. I've tried them. I've been there. I've been out there. I've been building spikes and houses. And yes, I know everything. I've been out there. I've been out there with Fortnite. I don't get it. I don't get the craze. But then again, I'm old as hell. Maybe it's not for me. That's why they make 1 billion different games. This movie will hit your apocalyptic genre in the tea bags like you never thought possible. The Gorge. Check it out. From 24K, I'll see you guys later.